When they die, they're all your favorites. They all belong to you.
What you're listening to has never been aired before.
I see what you do if I surrender you. And much I could do.
They're confession tapes of a man who could be America's worst ever serial killer.
A man who may be the worst serial killer in U.S. history. Samuel Little is already behind bars for murder, and now he says he killed around 90 people since the 1970s.
For 40 years, he claims to have killed women across the United States, strangling them to death.
God, that got so crazy. I want more.
He was arrested close to 100 times, but kept evading justice, supposedly due to a lack of sufficient evidence.
I try to trace back to when I became attracted to a woman's throat.
For weeks, I've been traveling around America to bring you the story of Samuel Little. In this video, you'll hear more of the exclusive recordings of those confession tapes. This is Samuel Little's story in his own words.
It's the life of a serial killer. Y'all see hell.
James B. Hall with the Texas Rangers interviewing Samuel Little, the Palmdale Prison Unit, California Bureau of Corrections, Thursday, May 17th, 2018 at 10:21 a.m.
When do you think is the first time you had a killing?
1970.
1970. You remember the first one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Put my hand around her neck, and that was it. She evidently wanted this to happen, you know.
So how long after the first one before you did the second one?
About a month or two.
So you're going pretty quick.
Yeah, man.
How did you kill her? What happened?
Same procedure. I kissed her and everything. I kissed her on. I see what you do if I strangle you. And much I could do. You really bless the heart.
Samuel Little's already been convicted of killing 3 women, but he claims to have killed at least 90. If that's confirmed, it would make him the most prolific serial killer in US history. In May 2018, in a series of police interviews lasting 7 hours, he confessed to murder after murder after murder. The level of detail in his confessions and his descriptions of the victims meant the FBI had to take him seriously. His confessions started to match autopsy records and previously unsolved cases, some of which weren't even identified as homicides in the first place.
Did you keep track?
I lost track.
Yeah.
I had to count by states.
Do you think there's more out there that you kind of forgot about, or do you think that this is...
No, I ain't forgotten none.
Are any bodies buried anywhere?
I didn't waste no time to dig the bodies.
How many people do you think you can draw on their face?
I can draw from memory.
These are the portraits drawn by Samuel Little himself. They're the women he claims to have killed. They're so accurate that family members have recognized lost loved ones from them. The disappearance of most of these women went unnoticed for years. Samuel Little claims to have killed across 19 states in total. He targeted vulnerable women that no one else was paying attention to, most of whom were prostitutes.
How many states, different states, you think?
Florida, Georgia, come all the way up. East Coast, come down, Triple Mile, Indiana, come down Illinois, leave from Florida down Mississippi, then go across, come back up until you get to California. Los Angeles.
How many out there?
I see about 20. I ain't never lost control of it. And I always was very cautious and try to keep from getting busted. And I didn't pick on that would be missed. Prostitutes. There wasn't no women nurses and civil teachers and all that kind of stuff. That's the reason why I didn't get busted a long time ago.
You like white girls or black girls better?
Black.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't crazy, but I love black girls.
There was one major theme that links Samuel Little's murders, and it's how he killed them. He says he was 30 when he first began killing, but he traces his obsession with strangulation back to a much earlier age.
I never dreamed I'd be nothing like this.
So why do you think you became what you are?
You know what? I try to trace back to when I became attracted to a woman's throat.
Right.
I remember going to school in Lorraine, but I noticed that when I was in school, 4 or 5 years old, the teachers met. I didn't go crazy on it until all of a sudden
Yeah.
I wanted more.
Yeah.
And so I asked the good Lord, I said, boy, man.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
So do you need to clear your conscience before you go? Or is that a one-way conversation with him?
Well, the point with God is I never told anybody with him.
The more you listen to Samuel Little, the more horrific the story becomes. The women he targeted, how he killed them, was the perfect storm that let him hide in the shadows for close to 40 years. Although he's now behind bars, for many of the families, justice came decades too late.
See, it's a strange thing about the women. See, a lot of these women, they have a death wish.
They want to die?
Yeah. If they was alive to this day, they'd be my friends.
If they were alive today, all those girls would be your friends.
They didn't die mad at me. They was my friend.
It's Friday night in Midtown Manhattan, and I'm here to hang out with Martin Shkreli, who became famous in October for raising the price of a drug that's used to treat HIV-positive patients by more than 5,000%.
The drug in question is called Daraprim. It used to cost $13.50 per pill. Turing changed the cost to a whopping $750.
That's price gouging, pure and simple.
Martin Shkreli is a 32-year-old entrepreneur and company builder from Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn. After increasing the price of Daraprim overnight, he became the poster child for capitalistic greed. Shkreli ran with the bad boy image, flaunting his trollish behavior in the media. He's not your typical pharma tycoon anyway. Over the past year, he's funded an indie record label, claimed he would bail Bobby Shmurda out of jail, and purchased the only copy of a legendary Wu-Tang Clan album, with no immediate plans to play it. In December, Shkreli was indicted on securities fraud charges and is now under investigation by both Congress and the Federal Trade Commission for price gouging.
This is a story I want you to know. There are some things in life you prepare for, and some things that just hit you like a ton of bricks.
All right, Ava. You have to pull yourself together.
For some reason, either no one wants you to feel anything, or they want you to feel everything.
Oh, Ava, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Hey, why don't you come with me? I have a free period.
I'd been holding in a secret for the past 3 days, and it was eating at me. But I ended up telling my favorite teacher the whole story, and for the first time in days, I felt relieved.
Ava Gutowski, please come to the main office. Ava Gutowski, please come to the main office.
I thought I was getting called to the principal's office for running out of class, but what was waiting for me was something entirely different. My secret, that I'd been hiding, was about to be revealed to everyone.
Ava. Is this the boy? Is this the boy who raped you?
My teacher had told the office, and the office told the police. I was driven straight to the hospital. I had to strip naked while a nurse photographed me for evidence of bruises. I spent the next 3 months in and out of therapy sessions and going to the police station after school to get justice for what happened to me. I didn't want any of that, though. It was what other people thought I needed, when I kept telling them all I needed was time. The whole time, I was still in school with him, the boy. And I had to walk by him in the halls every single day. And after all the hours of testing and questioning, not one thing came of it. The police dropped my case, and the school didn't help me either. I was forced to handle it on my own.
How's it going, sister? I totally feel you.
I feel like every time I buy bananas, they just go bad, and then I have to replace them within a week.
Well, you could take those old bananas and make banana bread.
It took me one of the worst times of my life to realize life's biggest lesson. Things are going to happen that you don't think you can handle. But in the end, the only person that can get you through something is yourself. I love banana bread.
Who doesn't?
And it was in that moment that I decided that I would take all the bad bananas in my life and turn them into the best tasting banana bread ever.
Oh, schnitzel.